Welcome back to Plugged In Perspectives. I am doing a comparison between the FSD versions 12.3.6 on the left and 12.5.4.1 on the right. Took me a long time to make this video, but they're pretty exact comparisons. I tried to stay on the same route, but yeah, let's get into it. So to start, here is a map of the route I will be taking, just so you guys can see what I have in mind. Once a highway stack is added, I'll add that to the route just so we can see how FSD is improved overall. Alright, so you can see that on this portion, this little intersection to get out of my street, and I blew past it with FSD on the left, and on the right it's going to do the same exact thing. So I went ahead, backed out, and as I get to the end of this little area, there will be a dip, and I wanted to test that because I know it struggles. Sometimes it gets it, but other times it doesn't, which you'll see here on the left as I get past these cars. It will be going, and I'm just doing a voiceover because it was a pain trying to edit audio, and it does go through the dip a little hard. I had to brake, but I went ahead and just went to the end of the street. On the right, FSD didn't even want to get out of this area at all like it did on the left side. Alright, and you can see that on the right it is slowing down, and it saw it, so it did really well there. I didn't have to brake like on the previous version. It recognized it just fine. So as we get to the stop sign here, we'll resume both clips just to see how they compare. I did make a mistake on the 12.3.6 video. I was originally going to add a part to the route, but I ended up going against that because it didn't do at all what I wanted it to, and I was just trying to make it very consistent. But I will go ahead and start it from this stop sign so that they are going at the same speed or close to it, so that you can see how they differ. As we approach this stoplight, it is a no turn right on red. I tried to get it because usually there's no one at this stoplight this early in the morning as I'm filming, but there was this time. But I did try it later, and both did turn right on a no right on red. So unfortunately that's the case there. As I fast forward through this section, because it's a little boring, I'm inputting the next destination, which will be a bank, and I've noticed in the past that it always skips it. On 12.3.6 you'll see that it actually makes a U-turn to then make it into the bank, which was a little odd, but it did actually miss this turn coming up. And on the right side, you can see 12.5.4.1 ended up going into the median like a normal person would have and turning, but actually missing the bank and going into another place, which 12.3.6 also did and missed the bank. So it seems that both of them aren't very decisive in that aspect, or knowing. I wanted to give 12.5 another chance at the bank, just because I didn't get it to go that same exact way, so I went ahead and let it turn right. And as I did that, it was not going to make the turn, and so I had to take over. As you can see, it went left last second. But then my next destination is going to be the park. So I am speeding up 12.5 because I let it go right again, and I'm just fast forwarding through this part to get it back on track with 12.3. This next part is challenging because a lot of people don't know how to drive this section. It's a very odd turn lane, but I think both versions did it pretty well. But once we get into the park, that's where the issues start to arise, and you'll see why here shortly. So let me speed this up for you guys. Alright, for this intersection, you can stay in the right lane and go forward past the intersection and turn right into the park. My car on 12.3, as you'll see, decided at the intersection to go right and then into the skate park instead of into the actual main part of the park. And then 12.5, as you see, went straight past that intersection and took a right into the park like it was supposed to. Now, these speed bumps is where the issues start to happen. You'll see 12.5, I had to brake because it took it way too fast. 12.3 also took a little fast, but I think because it was at an angle, that's what made it worse. But 12.3 consistently stopped or slowed down at every speed bump, whereas 12.5 just went straight over them at normal speed instead of slowing down. This is a huge regression, considering that potholes and speed bumps it should be slowing down for, but I hope they bring back the speed bump recognition for at least smaller speed bumps like these were. Some of them weren't as visible, but still it should be able to recognize that like a human would. There is one section where it's a tree root in the way, and it doesn't slow down for that on either version. It's not very noticeable, but it is striped in highlighted paint. I'm gonna go ahead and go out of the park here and set the next destination to the high school, which will also have some speed bumps, albeit they'll be much larger than the speed bumps and less bumpy, but nonetheless they're still speed bumps and should be handled the same. Also on 12.5, I went ahead and just took over because it wasn't recognizing any of these speed bumps. There's got to be 10 plus in this park, so it was just easier for me to take over, so that's what I went ahead and did until we got onto this road ahead. Now, the section going to the school was flawless. It did great. I think there was one unnecessary lane change, but it wasn't a big deal to me. It made it there perfectly fine. Getting to the into the school, these speed bumps, both cars slowed down for them. At first, I thought it was only because 12.5 had a car in front of it that it was slowing down, but once that car got out of the way, I noticed that it did end up slowing down for these larger speed bumps and more recognizable speed bumps. So, although there's a regression with the smaller speed bumps that aren't as noticeable, it does still notice speed bumps. One thing I did notice is the cars on both versions, it wanted to go to the school drop-off pickup area, which I thought was very interesting and helpful in a real-life scenario. But otherwise, I mean, they're very similar. 12.5 is a lot smoother. It doesn't feel so much like a teenage driver driving, although sometimes it does. But overall, it is a lot smoother. I did do a route going through more of the town, but these were the areas that I wanted to pinpoint that I noticed that were the worst. So yeah, I just wanted to show how FSD has changed through the last major update. Once I get pushed the highway stack or version 13, I'll do a video showing and comparing that to 12.5. I'd appreciate you guys if you subbed, and I'm hoping to get more videos out of FSD and some more car updates. All right, thank you. Bye.